Whoa, what is that? Is that a machine gun?
Huh, no. This is a viola.
Oh cool. You mean a violin?
No, it's a viola.
What's a viola? Is that like a violin?
It's a little bigger than the violin.
Why don't you just play the violin?
It also has lower strings than the violin, and has a deeper tone.
Why don't you play the cello then?
Well, I used to play the violin, and tried the viola and liked it. Switching wasn't too hard, because it is held the same way.
But if it's bigger, isn't it harder to play?
It is a little bit harder, because the spacing between notes is larger. But I got used to it.
Isn't there more music written for the violin?
Yes, but more and more viola music is being composed every day. Chamber music like string quartets have really great viola parts, because many of the great composers were violists.
I go to classical music concerts all the time. Almost one time a year. And I've never seen a viola concerto performed.
The viola really isn't much of a solo instrument, but there are concertos written for it.
I know there are over 40 standard violin concertos. And over 30 cello concertos. How many viola concertos are there?
3. But, like I said, the viola is not really a solo instrument. We are very important in chamber music and symphony orchestras.
But violinists can play concertos, and play chamber music, and play in symphony orchestras. It's also much more popular for gigs like weddings. Isn't it hard to find jobs?
On the contrary, violists are more on demand than violinists.
Why?
Because there are so many more violinists than there are violists.
Wouldn't that mean you'd have less students than a violinist would?
Not necessarily. I could potentially teach more students, because I can teach both violin and viola. They are very similar, and I have had violin experience.
Who would want to take violin lessons from a violist? I've heard they are the reject violinists. That's why there are so many jokes written about them.
You are right. The violin is better than the viola in every way.
Yes.
Anyone with half a brain would choose the violin over the viola.
Yes.
There's just so much more repertoire for the violin than the viola. Besides, we can't even play in piano trios.
No, you can't.
By the way, what do you do for a living?
I work 2 full-time jobs. I'm a walking billboard and a telemarketer. And I earn more money than you.